Hey, what's up everyone? How you all doing? Now, this video is just about me and you guys having a little bit of a chat, a bit of banter about the supposed new Relic 2.0 system that was touched upon during one of the previous prime times and of course the latest dev stream. Something that's causing a bit of an uproar among the Warframe community, so feel free to share your thoughts below in the comment section. The footage is just random, this is just about the Relic 2.0 system, so if you don't know what this is all about, then let me quickly give you the basics. Right now on PC we have relics which replaced our old void keys, 4 different tiers of relics, each with their own different loot table attached to that relic, something that will be added to consoles soon enough. It makes farming prime gear a lot faster than the old endless void missions, but both ways to grind have players who enjoy them or don't enjoy them, whether it was the old endless runs or whether it is the new relic system. But now the developers have said that they already want to change the relic system slightly after it's just being released, which, let's be honest, was probably always going to happen since it was a new system anyway. But the supposed Relic 2.0 system that they mentioned on the live stream feels a little bit extreme to some players, and to be honest might seem like more of a grind for new players and veterans alike. But of course we will have to wait and see. So previously we could stockpile a lot of void keys or the new relics in advance of a new prime frame being dropped into the game, and we could basically hit the ground running and immediately start to farm the new prime gear once it's been added to that game. But that's all about to change, because with Necros Prime and the Tigris Prime and the Galatine Prime, we will also be getting a new set of relics, a new tier or a side grade of relics that will be needed to farm all of the new prime gear. So all of the old relics that you stockpiled, or if you're on console void keys, will only be good for farming everything that we have in the game right now and not Necros, Tigris or Galatine Prime and beyond. You will need the new relics for all of that new gear. And those new relics will only appear at the same time as the new prime access, which means you can only start to farm those relics once the prime access arrives. No longer hitting the ground running as it were, we need to now wait, then farm the relics in separate missions once they're added, and then go on to farm the prime parts for Necros, Tigris and of course Galatine Prime with these new tier or new side grade of relics. And of course this new tier will also have a whole new loot table. Expect Forma and other stuff to dilute that as well, which makes me think that vaulting primes now is a huge waste. If we've got that many different tiers of relics, why can't we just put all of those vaulted primes back into it as well? It's not fair on new players, and I know we can still farm vaulted goods right now with the right relics once we still have them, but I've never really liked the vault system. I'll hold my hand up and say I never liked it. It felt like a cash-in in my eyes, but the game is free and I know it has to be funded in some way, so what can you really do? I guess it's just the way it is. Now I think it's also a huge factor that we can't stockpile these new relics for Necros in advance that's pissing so many players off. It's the wait, it's having to farm these relics first before we can then go on to farm those new prime items that's annoying so many players. And I agree, it's going to make farming for the new prime access items a real chore and a pain in the ass for some players. The grind may be increased or it may not, we just don't know yet, because like I said, this whole new relic system hasn't been added yet. But the developers did say they were increasing the drop chance of both relics and hopefully void traces as well, allowing future relics to drop off fissures once they close, and having them maybe also drop off Eximus units that exit those fissures as well. But it will be interesting to see what the actual drop percentages of those relics from the Eximus or from the fissures will actually be, if it will be something really stupidly low, or will it actually give us a decent chance in getting relics off those fissures and of course the Eximus. If it is a reasonable enough drop chance, then farming those relics should be a lot easier. And Rebecca also stated on the dev stream that they intend to show the complete drop table for all relics and where to go and farm them as well, to make it easier for all of the player base to actually get their hands on as many relics as they can. Now something else they touched on was that Necros will no longer be able to desecrate up new void traces or a pilfering hydroid either, so I'm not sure how the grind for them will go. If it's a static amount of traces is all we're going to get and you need 100 to make a relic radiant, then that might be a pain in the ass as well. The amount of void traces we can carry carry will also be increased and be determined by your mastery rank, and right now you're looking at being able to store a maximum of 11 or 12 radiant relics if you're mastery rank 22 or above, which are the relics you spend 100 void traces on. They're the radiants to increase your chance of getting the best loot possible. So 12 radiant relics isn't really a lot considering Warframe's RNG. However, if you're in a 4-player squad all running with the same radiant and I guess a relic sharing, then it might be a lot faster farming primes. We just don't know yet because the system is still pretty damn new, and I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Being honest, I think radiant relics should have a slightly higher drop chance of the rarer loot. Spending that many traces, 100 traces on a relic, should give you a much better chance, because I think it's somewhere around 50% now once you have a radiant relic, which is just not good in my opinion. It should be higher. If we're farming that amount of traces to get a radiant relic, then the chances should be really worth it. Now look, to sum it all up, I'm not really sure what I think about this new supposed Relic 2.0 system that they mentioned. It seems like it might be more of a grind, but in reality I think it's probably going to be the same as it was before with the void keys. Previously we had to farm the void keys and then farm the prime parts, whereas now we're going to have to farm the relics and then farm the prime parts. Plus we can increase our chances of getting better loot by refining those relics. Now I think as a community, and the Warframe one especially, we have a tendency to judge new systems before they're actually implemented into the game. Myself included, I raged like crazy. Even when I seen the Relic 2.0 system and the fact that they were taking in these new relics, I did get really annoyed. But then when I actually sat down and spoke to some of the guys on stream yesterday and on my Discord as well, it gave me a more of a logical view on things, and I'm just going to wait and see what it actually is like before I guess I lose my shit over it or I rage over it. And a lot of you guys should do the same. Like I said, it hasn't been added to the game yet, so just wait and see. Steve also mentioned that they are willing and will continue to tweak the new relic system until the Warframe community is happy with it. So there is that. They are going to continue to work on it. Are they trying to force people into buying Prime access to get their hands on Necros Prime? I don't think so. I think that's a bit of a silly statement, and it is one that a lot of players are believing in right now. The game is free and we can't be forced to spend a damn cent if we don't want to. The game is free. You don't have to spend anything. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this new relic system that they're talking about. Me personally, I will wait until it's added to the game before I actually judge it. Remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you don't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.